Greetings, fellow Earthlings. It's mighty hot. Yep, it's wow. It's checking. It's 25 right now. Sure is hot, man. It's mighty hot. Yeah, go outside. It's like one thumbs up. I appreciate that. Shawnee grows. It's mighty hot. You say, yeah, oh yeah. It's hot that I'm drinking I don't know what you call these, but there's no sugar and no junk in them. Fizzy drink. I spent 2 hours watching. It's me, Buble. yeah, Buble. I forget what kind it is though. The Bellini Bliss. I gotta have something. It's hot, and there's it's just hot. Carbonated water. Bliss. I'll take it. I was digging potatoes. I have a dinner coming up, so Sunday evening dinner. So it's not for another 3 hours. So, but it's hot. Yeah, that's mighty hot. Digging potatoes, oh, that's always such a treasure. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like a treasure hunt. Oh, dinner, yeah. I'm having a tenderloin, dry aged tenderloin, mashed potatoes with sour cream and garlic, and I have fresh dill. How are you cooking them? I boil them in salty water, sea salt, like the little blocks of sea salt. Yeah, and I mash in some organic butter, organic sour cream, and organic milk with my potatoes from the food forest and my own dill, my own garlic. I boil the garlic in with the potatoes. So when you mash them, right, you really have just something very flavorful. But it's kind of hot here for cooking right now. I might even wait till 6. Adrian, welcome, Adrian. Yeah, there you go, Adrian. As long as you're here, you get a wrench. Have you gone already, Adrian? He's funny. Yeah. Oh, cheers. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. It's hot, man. Whew. Hello, Brad. I have planting to do tomorrow. What are you planting? I look at your gardens and it's just amazing. 82 Fahrenheit. Wow. Some parts now are getting heavy rain in the Northeast, not so much where you are, but New York City is flooded. Yep. Here we had one day of rain, which was really great. So I went out and I dug potatoes. I dug a bunch of potatoes and I put them in the cooler out of the sun. But potatoes taste the best if you cook them within 20 minutes of digging them out of the soil. But I dug all kinds. I have a chance of severe weather tomorrow. Yeah, right. Be careful what you wish for. I'm looking at planting beets, bush beans, cucumbers. Oh, yes. Yeah, oh, yes. Yes. Thank you for the kind words about my gardens. Oh, you're most welcome. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. You're a go-getter. You keep up the good work. You're making a difference. But the kids next door to me, they put up a farm stand because their auntie has a farm down the road, and they're doing pretty good. They're making money hand over fist, And it's really interesting. They're putting their flowers in the garden stand, and they're putting in baked bread, focaccia sour bread. Oh, it's delicious. As a matter of fact, I have to remember to go buy the last loaf today, put it in my freezer, because uh, someone else might get there before me. But it's a sourdough recipe with their own herbs. The kids are real go-getters, hey? They walk dogs, babysit, that kind of thing. And anyway, they have this pink stand right next to my little library. It's pretty funny. Participants: Adrian, Brad, and Shawnee Gross. It says there's only one person here, though. Oh well. Hot here too, Howie. How are you? I'm well. I'm well. It's just hot, you know. I think it's the UV index. But yeah, the kids next door are making money hand over fist. You know what I did? I grew all these flowers last year for that wedding, and then they all regrow back this year. So I just been loading up their little stand there with all flowers, and I gave them braids of garlic and zucchinis and different squash. So they're doing pretty good. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. It almost tastes like another one. Yep. But if it ever gets too hot, I always tell people to go underground, right? Underground, go down 10, 12, 15 feet. It's half. So if it's like 100 degrees, like at Fahrenheit, it'll only be 50 down below. Howie, I like hearing about your meal plans. Oh, yeah, our basement is cold. That's right. That's what you want. Basically, I just eat wild foods, whole foods, and that kind of thing. This is about the worst thing I do is the buble, because that's made by a big pop company and an industrial thing. But on a hot day, some ice, which I too lazy to go get ice out of the freezer. My husband worked on the basement today. That's fantastic that you have your own home. You'll feel so much better. You'll be like, yes, I can plant anything. Oh, one time we gave you advice that it takes a long time to grow pawpaw. But if you get an older tree, and they like shade, hey, if you get an older tree, then you'll get pawpaw fairly quickly in 3 or 4 or 5 years. Like I've had pawpaw for 17 years and never got anything, but I grew it from a seed. So I never picked up a pawpaw. I would be willing to try. Yeah, you were thinking about it, but then everybody said, "Oh, it takes a long time." But if it's an older tree, like say 6, 7, 8 years old, like a good sized tree, then that one would. But you got to remember, pawpaw fruit only lasts 3 days, then it goes bad, right? But you can freeze them; they're delicious. You take them apart. A guy out here grows them, and he makes good money at it too. Yeah, yeah. But hey, grow anyway, anywhere, any way you can. That's your motto, or I'm close anyway. Maybe not totally close, but I'm sitting here and I have a couple 3 hours before my company arrives. But I had a good productive morning. I had a complaint about the hugelkultur mound, actually two, and one lady, she complained to the other lady that was standing there. So then when she left, when the other lady seen me, she's like, "Well, yeah, look at your squash. They're out onto your driveway or the gravel part." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you just give it a kick over that way?" And she just looks at me, right? So they complained. So I had to trim it up a little bit. Had to cut some of it off and redirect it. Yeah, well, that's what I was doing, but With the Cucurbita ficofolia, you can't redirect that. There's just so many runners. So I just cut it all off. And then they quickly ran by, really. I mean, they ran by. Yeah. Oh, you trimmed the leader. Yeah. That thing is wild. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't. The Cucurbita ficofolia, or the common name is Chile chayote. That's the common name in the southern Sonoran. It's actually a wild plant from the Sonoran Desert. It's what it is. It's been cultivated, but I mean, it's pretty much a wild thing, and it's a monster when you plant one. You get a lot of fruit. I'm on my second year with the fruit that I already grew, so I only grew like 2 of them, and it was one of my students that gave me the 2 plants. But one plant's just kind of hanging out a little bit and was chewed by the deer, and the other one wasn't accessible to the deer, so it just went wild, Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go. But when it gets too hot, be careful. Like a few years ago, 150,000. I'm still here. Did something happen? No. No, if people leave, I take the wrench. So, yeah, this thing is I do. But if it gets too hot, like a few years ago, 1,500 people died here in British Columbia from it was too hot. 1,500 is a lot of people for a small place like this. But a few years ago, also in India, 150,000 died because it got too hot. The lung can't take it; just burst, tears and stuff, right? Because it's hot, expando, right? So yeah, so if it gets too hot, go in your basement. But even if it gets too hot there, go deeper. Like 15 feet wouldn't be uncommon. Today I cleaned my garlic. Smart. I cleaned my garlic too. And I have a few on the wall right there. And I have a 50-pound box over there. Yeah. I also shelled dry peas. Oh, nice. Hey, yeah. The seeds. Yeah. Onions are curing. Nice. Why is this? There we go. My face is all red from the sun. I was out there. I cleared a big chunk because I'm getting ready to plant for the fall planting again of peas. And I cleared out my turnips. I just cleaned around them because that's my winter food. But when I was clearing out the back right-hand side of the lot here, I was just running into potatoes after potatoes. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And then I remembered there's a food stand out there. So I have a bunch of potatoes to drop off there. I should have done it earlier, but oh well. Onions are curing. Yeah, it's nice to dry your onions, especially for storage. I ate some more tomatoes today. I've been eating raspberries, goji berries. Goji berries would grow where you are because they like a cold climate. The Lycium barbarum does. But you can grow them from seeds. Like when you buy the dried goji, inside that dried goji, there's seeds, and you can plant those. You can pretty much grow anything that you buy if there's seeds that come with it, or it's growing greenery on it. You can pretty much grow it. Goji berries are not in my collection yet. So what happens is they don't like rain onto them. And where they grow in a crevasse or a crevice, right? So the water is down inside. So it rains over here in the mountains and then comes down and it goes into the crevasse, or it's spring fed. But if you grow them where they can't access water, they just give you berries like a month and a half earlier. Especially if you grow them where it's hot. Now, if you grow it where it's cool in the shade, 2 months later they'll give you fruit, right? Goji berries, okay, yep. So, thanks for the thumbs up. But yeah, it's a superfood, but it's also your salmon berries look so good. Yeah. They're almost done here now. I bought a salmonberry bush. I'm going to plant it on the common ground down here. And yeah, so I noticed an excavator showed up where the Secret Garden lady's place used to be. So they're going to do excavate that. But salmon berries, there's a lot in the Pacific Northwest here, and they're very little used. Chefs like them for making a sauce, a crab, a cake sauce, and stuff like that, and salmon sauce. They're highly sought after, right? But it's berries are for stocking up minerals for winter time. That's why you eat berries in the northern hemisphere. And what dressing do you make for salads? I use fermented lemon juice and extra virgin cold pressed virgin olive oil. And when you smell it and taste it, it should be tasting a little fruity. If it doesn't taste fruity, that's not real, or it's chemically extracted with hexane or something. When you do your when you do your lipids they're healthy lipids, like seed oils are bad for you. Any seed oil, doesn't matter. It's all bad for you. I mean, the reason why margarine's here today, that was wheel grease for World War II because they didn't have enough, oil-based products. So they dreamt up margarine. And then, what do we do with this? Well, we sell it to people. It's really bad for you. So stick to grass-fed butter, extra virgin olive oil. These are clean fuels for the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell. Once you start introducing dirty fuels, then you're going to have some serious issues. And exercise is number one for a healthy human being. Exercise. I blanched green beans today. Nice. Yeah, you have to blanch them for freezing. Yeehaw, good to put berries in the freezer. Absolutely. You don't lose much at all for when you freeze them. I'm waiting on some seeds to mature and dry on the radish, kale, spinach, mustard. Yeah, keep an eye on it, especially lettuce seeds. You want the blacky brown seed. You don't want the white looking one. But then now there's some kinds that are white, grayish looking. What can I feed my roses? Well, they like, you know what? They like 10, 52, 10 or 15, 30, 15, a really high phosphorus. They're acid lovers. Whatever you feed your tomatoes, you can feed to your roses. Just saying, right? Yeah. Oh, the lettuce too. They love acid, the acidic. Yes. They're not alkaline lovers. You have to get to know the plant. Then just read up on it. Right? Thank God we have Google. I mean, I don't like computers, but hey, Auntie Mama's Kitchen. Hello. This is my add as moderator. There you go, Auntie Mama. Auntie Mama says hello, chat. Good. I truly appreciate your answer. Oh, you're welcome. You're most welcome. I'll try to answer any question. Auntie Mama's Kitchen. She likes to cook food and she has a live stream. Really cool. Good to see you. You as well, sis. You as well. I've known her for many years, and she's great fun, and her hubby is pretty cool too. Sometimes he goes on the show too. But But growing food is a huge trend here now. Every day I have someone here asking me questions or knocking on the door. Where a lot of people in the village will make me something like cupcakes. Or last week, this lady from Taiwan and her husband brought me over a creme brulee. Can you believe that? I was just like, wow. Well, she brought it over, but then I think her husband is the tall guy I see, but he was, he was over in the background or whatever. And people are wanting to learn. Yeah, well, the thing is, they realize, because I put it in their head that when you're going out shopping, buy an extra case of tuna, buy an extra case of beans, and make sure you check the date. If it's good for up to 3 years, that's the ones for you, because for years past that date, it's still good. Yeah, I don't like cooking when it's hot. So I have a brand new barbecue. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbecues outside at different places. It's just the way it is. And I actually use all of them. And 2 of them are for mobile camping, which I don't really do anymore. I'm just not well enough to go out, and I went out a few times and it was cold. So the last time I went out, I stopped at a 5-star resort, and I just went, okay, this is for Howie now. Yep. But growing your own food is, but the big thing is processing that food for the winter months. It's so important. Lots of people pick all the food, then they bring it in, and then they're like, oh, this got flies on it. Oh, this one's moldy. It's because you didn't process it. And I see that a lot. And processing is a big thing. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. You too, Auntie Mama. You take care. If you don't know Auntie Mama's Kitchen, go over there and say hello. Hey, Wild Edibles. Hey, KP. Let's go, my friend. Yeah. Wild Edibles is here. Yep. Yes, processing is a big job. It's huge. I'll be shooting you an email soon there, Wild Edibles. I hope you got your computer or your phone or whatever. You might like that email. KP, hi. KP, then good. That's good. Whoa, little doggy. They like lounging in the sun. I put apple cider vinegar in their water, hey, to thin out their blood a little bit. Stop by to share. You bet, Auntie Mama. You take care. Yes, I check it regularly. Oh, good, because you got email coming. Yeah. Hi there, everyone. Hugs all around. You bet. But growing your own food and the preserving of it is utmost important. It's like the seeds that God, what's her name? Maureen Washington sent you. I left them at her fruit stand. Those seeds are viable, dried, and put in the freezer for years, but they're only good 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and they're actually a pure protein too. Hey, they're super healthy. The seeds and the Cucurbita ficifolia stores for 7 years, so it's that hunger gap. Yes, I love having seeds stored away. Yes, I have a lot of seeds, but I'm going through it and I'm planting my fall crop pretty quick. But I direct sow. But it's cool weather crops that I direct sow. But also I have some advanced tomatoes and advanced other ones, cucumbers and stuff I'm throwing into the ground that are in potters and stuff. But I cleared out of several patches of ground now, and I'm planting. I've almost finished. I'm planting figs all the way around the entire half acre here. And I'm taking out different trees as I go, as I can get help to do so. I think the tree in front of my house is definitely a cherry. I pruned it and it smelled that cherry smell. Yeah, you would smell that cherry smell. You're absolutely right. Thank you kindly for that thumbs up. Yeah. But the big thing to remember is there's so many types of preservation. Like this year, when I'm doing my canning, my glass jarring, I'm making apple butter, apple sauce, apple sauce, butter. It's kind of the same thing. And then pear butter and pear sauce. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. And jams and jellies. That's I've been eating a lot of cherries. It's cherry season here, and I have one more cherry tree to go and check out down the road here. It's loaded, but it's by the creek, so it has access to water. I think that okay, it's near my water, like kind of might just prune it back, but might take it down instead. I don't know. And it's tough to. I don't like pruning trees unless they're already pruned. I like to grow trees like I have these 2 apple trees here that have never been pruned, and they're loaded with a couple of 100 pounds of apples each. Yeah. And it takes a while to find. Oh, that's a nice breeze. Oh, a cool breeze from the ocean. Oh, but it takes a while to find an unpruned fruit tree because the first thing the nurseryman does, oh, prune, and then sell it. Ah, that's not for me. I don't want the job. And I learned from this super ancient lady on the west coast of Vancouver Island. And after seeing her fruit trees that were never pruned, this is like many years ago, I said to myself, I'll never touch another one. I mean, I have to prune some of these, but I'm slowly replacing them, and I'm not pruning them like with the figs, and I'm not pruning my peach trees. I'm not pruning the cherry trees or the apples. And so what if they grow 40 feet? I don't really care. I have a ladder, right? I'm not too worried about it. Yep. I really want this big cherry tree. I have 2 dwarf ones now growing up. Yep. It was pruned already, but still worried about the water lines left. Well, the big thing is it's a lateral root system on them. So they go right for anything water, especially if it's leaking or perforated pipe off the gutter. It'll get plugged up, right? Because it'll go for the water. Now, if you put taproot trees near, and only like about 10% of trees are taproot, not a lot. You put those lateral growing ones and they'll plug up anything drainage wise that can be, especially older homes, right? Yeah, you put taproot trees near your home if it's an older home, like peach is a taproot, figs a taproot. Things that go straight down is what you want. You don't want ones that grow along the ground and pop up suckers. That's a problem. MKP for the next 10 days, temps here will be 100, 110. Don't want to know what the heat index will be. Still got more fall planting to do tomorrow. Yeah, take it easy, man. Just don't even go out in the sun out there and get a block of ice. What I like to do, and I might have to do that if this heat continues, is put a block of ice here. I fill up like old milk jugs, sifting some soil in more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And there's your wrench. Great channel. I've been over to her channel a few times. But a block of ice, and then put the fan behind the block of ice. And put it in a small room. Hey, Food Force Ren chat. Hello back. You're welcome in, sifting some soil and more. Very cool channel. The vinegar weed treatment worked like a charm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot that right here. And here it is here. I haven't used it yet. 20% acetic acid. You paint it on with a brush. You paint it on anything, it's going to die. Don't spray it. But that's your organic weed control if you need it. Hey, Barry. Good to see you, Barry. And there's Barry's wrench. And there you go. Good to see you, Barry. I am outside in the garden at 6 a.m. Still mildly cool at hour. That's what I was doing this morning too. I was out there, dude. I was like, wow, and I ended up digging potatoes till about noon, and then I came in and I'm like, "Ooh, the heat." You're welcome, Barry. The vinegar weed treatment worked like a charm. You bet it does. It's extremely corrosive to life, biological life. It'll just melt it, but yet it's environmentally friendly. Especially if you paint it on, you put some in a cup and you just paint your weeds. And thank you for the thumbs up. You just paint the weeds that they're dead. Especially if you put the vinegar in the refrigerator, make it really cold, and then by noon go out and paint it on. I stopped by this one place. This lady grows food, and she's constantly digging there. And I said, you just use the vinegar, and she wouldn't. She's rich, very difficult to change. She's way up, like almost 90 years old, but she likes to grow her own food, and she don't use nothing, no pesticides or herbicides. But it wasn't always that way. I had to talk her out of doing weeding and feeding. Old school, yep. A friend will be helping with a chainsaw soon and looking at all the big trees that I can't cut with the Swede saw. Well, some of those trees, like the cherry wood, my dog's sneezing. Hey, little sneezer. But yeah, some of the wood can be used for smoking. I like to smoke my fish and meat. But I also, to get back to the salting of fish and the salting of meat, is a great way to store for later. And it's very little used. Like when I dry age my beef that I buy, it's good for a really long time because simple fact that I've salted it. Right? Yes, cherry is good for that. Yeah. Uh, There we go. Just checking. I'm going to go get myself another one of these Bubles. Definitely salting and smoking great. Yeah. Pemmican. Learn to make pemmican. I'll be right back. Oh, this one is a cherry buble. Is fall the best time to buy any kind of tree? Yes, because you're getting two seatings. You're getting the fall seating and you're getting the spring seating. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best. You don't have to look after it during the summer. You're smarter than a tree you planted. I am. I think I am. Maybe. There you go. Wow. Oh yeah. Cheers. May you be drinking something cold. Planting a tree, what I do is I dig my round hole a little bigger than the potter, but then I also make a T like that, especially if it's a lateral growing root system. So it's able to go out this way and that way instead of trying to go down and out. You know what I mean? So this is the T, right? Like that. And then you dug your hole and try to fill it in with the original soil. So your indigenous microorganisms, you're not damaging them. But add your bone meal, like your organic bone meal, or your worm castings, or crushed shells, crab shells, seaweed. But try to put the original soil back in as quickly as possible so the microbes don't die. Right? Laugh out loud. Nice. Yeah. Planting trees, it's an art form. I've planted a lot of trees, a ton. Some successful mostly, but some not. I'm not perfect at it, but I've learned that if I make that tea, like, and you don't want to dig down, say about this far, say about 15 inches, 18, 20 inches. You dig down with the hole, and then the tea is the same thing. It's 18, 20 inches down. And then when you put it back in, you want to put the original soil in. I should make a video. I always say that though. I never make the video. I just planted a ton. And what I do is I put cardboard around that tree. I water the hole too. And unless it's been raining tons and tons and tons and it's just the ground is wet, I don't want too many problems. But mostly you water that hole. And what happens is I put cardboard on that and then mulch. And I don't have to worry about weeds for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Well, maybe not 5 years. Well, depending on what kind of mulch you use. Right? Like if you're using wood chips, it's good for many years. But leaves tend to have seeds on it. But I'm not going to stay awake at night worrying about weeds. I'm just not. And I was thinking about that today, you know. I'm like, I'm clearing a bit of the potato patch out for for a planting of and I put back all the little potatoes, all the seed potatoes. I put them all back in the ground, and then I plant that in garlic. But then on top of that, I'm planting spinach, beets, lettuce, you know, cool weather crops coming up. So there's always something going on there, and when weeds do come up, and you can see your plants are growing, like your lettuce, your beets. You just put your pathway soil bank soil or the equivalent of, say, you made compost, which is a lot of work, and I don't like doing work, and I put that on all around the plants so it suppresses the weeds. If I got to have to get down there and pull weeds, I'm not having fun. I don't want own. I don't want to take ownership of being, you know, like hard work. And I mean, I don't mind hard work. It's good for you. Exercise is good for you. But if you're over exercised, yes, I do too. And those taters are almost ready now, early for here. Yeah, yeah. I've been eating potatoes for a long time. I've been eating probably like a couple, 3 months, but not all potatoes. Some are not ready yet, but a lot of them are. And the seed potatoes, the little round guys, I just push them back down into the ground. So all the ground I cleared this morning has been reseeded with potatoes, planted with garlic bulbs. And then pretty quick, I'm going to sow the lettuce, spinach, and peas and beans and stuff like that. Right. And cucumbers and tomatoes. I'm actually planting that again. I'm not successful with my watermelon. The deer came and ate every watermelon plant off the hugelkultur mound. They just gobbled them up. I have some in the yard, so I do get a watermelon. I have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 watermelon plants in the food forest. Yes, I do too. Yeah, I don't fight weeds anymore. It's an endless battle that you will not win. Yeah, exactly. And you know, you got to do some hoeing with the square hoe like that, where when you pull it along, the soil comes out the other end when you scrape it like this in between the row. I do that, but it only takes a minute or two, and then you know, and then once the plant is big enough to look after itself, you don't have to do that anymore. But when it first starts out, I don't do any hoeing. I use soil, especially on my garlic. A lot of people loved my garlic this year. I gave away a lot of it. I mean, how many are you going to use? I kept the seed garlic, the scapes, and I kept the the garlics that didn't go onto the braids, and that's the ones that got planted, and I'm planting more of. I'll be planting garlic right now, right up to October, and I'll be planting hardneck and softneck. There's 600 types of garlic, but there's only hardneck and softneck, but there's 600 types. Yeah, yeah. Garlic is number one for your health. Well, exercises. Get out and walk, walk, walk. Mulch is those dirty deer. Wow, I kind of like them. They're little baby deers, and they do a lot of damage on all the flowers out front. They ate all the geraniums, and I'm like, oh well, what are you gonna do? And then they ate all the different lilies. There was literally 100+ lilies growing out there. I bet you probably find a half a dozen. I bet they eat dahlias. Oh yeah, that's their favorite thing. I eat dahlias too. The bulb's really good eating, or the tuber. I think it's a tuber. Yeah. Mulch is my best friend. Yeah. The dirty deer. I chop and drop sunchokes around my plants. Yes. Yes. Getting close to order my garlic and onions for fall planting. Just go to the store and buy some garlic and then plant them. But if you want to order them, that's cool too. But you don't have to. Just go buy some at the farmer's market, buy different kinds and plant them. That's all I do. And I'm inundated with garlic. And I plant my garlic from now till October, November. And I've planted in the middle of winter. They need a winter to get them to grow. That's when they grow in the cold weather. Hey, getting close. Yep. I bet they eat dahlias. Yeah, they eat dahlias. They eat lilacs. They've just decimated my lilacs, all on the bottom though. They eat figs, the fig leaves, anything sitting down below 6 feet. When you plant where there's deer, make sure that the tree is over 6 feet tall so that deer can't eat the top. Right? Let them eat the bottom, natural pruning. But sunchokes are the best thing you can grow for the outer perimeter of the property. And there's all these terrible rumors going around. Oh, they take over. Once they're in the soil, you'll never get rid of them. I hope so. Because the chop and drop from them is amazing. The loosening of clay soil is amazing. And they make magic acres. It's my friend Robot Mark. There you go, Robot Mark, standard moderator. There you go. Yo, heading home from my buddy's farm. Yeah. But sunchokes are really good too. And if you don't know, you pretty much have to be a chef to use sunchokes because they cause a gas, and the gas is from the inulin. Sounds like insulin, but it's not. It's inulin. It's a it's a soluble fiber, and it literally cleans you out. But start with a little bit. And I've seen people leave this show once I've mentioned to eat sunchokes. They're like, "Oh, post-traumatic stress disorder." That's because you don't know what you're doing, right? You didn't research it enough. No, I don't grow my sunchokes in containers. I want them growing in the ground. Yeah. I want them 12 feet tall. I want the chop and drop. You know what? If you don't like your sunchokes, pull them out and just leave them on the ground. That's it. It's very simple. I've seen people go crazy over mint, sunchokes. Oh, they take over. You know what? Stop eating the sugar. Lay off the carbohydrates and get some freaking sleep. Sorry, it's my rant. I bet yo, heading home from my buddy's farm. Good for you. Good to see you there, Mark. That's right. They keep weeds down. I pull and plant, chop and drop them. Yeah, the sunchoke's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things to work with. And then in the wintertime, it's the only time they have to go through a cold spell before you eat them. Okay? You can't eat them all year round. You're just asking for a problem. You can only eat them when it's cold. And the indigenous First Nations people, that was one of their food staples. And they knew to eat them in the wintertime. They baked them in fire pits, hey? Just saying. And if you shave them with a carrot peeler, even better, less gas. You must learn how to utilize them and start slowly and pretty quick. I've seen like 90-year-old women eat them raw, right from the ground with the dirt on them and nothing. And then I've seen like a 30-year-old, a 20-year-old eat it. Oh, gas. Oh, it's because you ate too much. Yeah. I have sunchokes for the first time. Smartest thing you'll ever do. My rabbits love the top. Yeah, rabbits eat it, goats eat it. It's fodder for a lot of animals. You can always grow sunchokes in containers. Yeah, you can. You can grow sunchoke, do sunchoke spread underground. Yes, and you want that. It opens up the soil. You want sunchokes. They're supposed to be here. All right, that's my rant. Mexican sunflower, Tihounia diversifolia, is very pretty and soft and useful. You bet. Yes, yeah. Sunchokes are a food source, especially in the northern hemisphere. Especially if you have like 6 months of winter, you have 6 months of sunchoke use. Okay, sunchokes are a superfood. Sunchokes you can live on. Okay, sunchokes can be made when you have beef tallow or lard or extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil or something like that. That's what you bake them in, or you coat them in and put them in tin foil and put them into the barbecue or something like that. And don't eat a lot of them if you're not used to it. And it's just like anything, right? Oops. Oops is here. I haven't seen Oops for a while. Good to see you, Oops. Do sunchokes spread underground? You bet they do, and that's what you want. When you plant your sunchokes, you plant them on the outer perimeter of your forest or your property, and that way they're not going to shade anything, and it gives great privacy. Great to see you, Oops, as well. Maybe I should try planting sunchokes to help break up my Of course, that's what you do. That's what they do, right? I had a guy about 20 years ago. I searched him out at a seed exchange, and I knew he was going there with sunchokes, and he had a big tray of them, and he's like giving them, and I'm like, well, here's $20. I'd like to buy that tray, and I'll leave some for people. I said, so you don't have to do that. I said, I don't mind. I've been looking for him. He goes, you do know they're going to take over, right? And I'm like, I hope so. Right. So I planted them all on the perimeter of this half acre. And I planted them on the hugelkultur mound too, just a patch. Right? And the deer are just loving them. Hey, Oak Knob, how you feeling? Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, it's hot, man. I've got a Fritzer Spritzer Buble water. It's hot, Oak. Good to see you, Oops. But I love sunflowers. It's the best thing I ever did for making soil. Yeah, it's the best thing I ever did for making soil. It makes a lot of biomass. And if you have goats to feed, and the great thing is they make great chicken feed, they make great pig feed. The pigs will search them out. I mean, why not? But another thing is I like the privacy. I love the privacy they give you because it's a wall. It's like, yeah. And then when I chop and drop that in the fall, and then what I do is I make sure there's at least a month or two of winter. So I won't start harvesting sunchokes till late December or early January. And then I only harvest for 2 or 3 months. But if you're like in Minnesota or Ontario, you got 5 or 6 months you can harvest something from the ground. right? You want underground food. You want to maximize your sustainability when you're thinking about getting something. So processing it is great, but what if you don't have to process it? That's even greater, like squash or pumpkin, and it can sit on the shelf after you've hardened it, right? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oops is here. Oak's here. Yeah, it's hot, man. I had chives take over around my raised bed. Oh, poor thing. Oregano is taking over my herb bed. Are you having nightmares about having chive onion soup and oregano on your pizza? Mark's cool. We're fortunate with nice weather today. Cool, sunny, breezy, dry air. Yeah, it's just hot and muggy here. Now, I had chives take. I love chives. And you know, the secret to using chives is they go on your food when it's on the plate. You do not cook a chive. You're losing the vitamin C content. And chives are the very first thing that you can get that has a high vitamin C in the first of the spring, super early spring. You have these chives, then you have asparagus. So yeah, I had chives take over on my raised bed. This is because you're not utilizing it enough. Winter garden challenge. There you go. That's a perfect thing. Yeah. Magic Acres, oregano definitely loves to spread here. Yeah. So what happens is your oregano grows up so high, okay? You cut it off. It regrows again. You cut it off. And then the third time where I am, I let it grow to flower. Then I cut it off and I make bunches dried and I tie a string. And I put that into my meatballs. Delish. Take some ground meat. David, Lynn, I don't see you very much unless I go to your channel, and which is a very cool channel. Welcome in, David Lynn, Prepper Principal. If you don't know him, get over there and meet him. I go there often, lots. So if you're stalking me, well, you can go and stalk David. He'll kick your ass. Speaking of harvest, it's time to pull my garlic. Absolutely. Clean up your garlic before you dry it, too. A lot of people don't clean their garlic, don't clean off the dirt, and they just let it sit there and just pull it out. Don't do that. You want to clean it up and then dry it. And so no to scurvy, eat chives. Oh yeah. Yeah. Speaking of harvest, it's time to pull my garlic. Oh yeah, preserve your garlic. I grew 1,500 bulbs this year, which is a lot, Oak. Yeah. Like number 8. Thank you, David. David Lynn, Prepper Principal. That's a long name. Can't you shorten it? Looking for friends, not enemies. 1,500. Wow, I'm a little over 300. Yeah, I grew 1,500. Thank you kindly, David. I've been to David's channel many, many, many times, and it's always something cool on prepping or networking, or it's a lot of prepping. It's survival, really, more survival, how you're going to survive. And it's pretty much on just whatever's available, so it's pretty cool. I got a ton of Gorgon checker spot baby caterpillars that hatched on my dwarf sunflower. Just about all the leaves have been eaten, close to becoming butterflies. Hope they don't invade my garden. Why don't you just shoot a bunch of crushed biochar on there? Right? Like you take some biochar, crush it into powder, or you can buy it already powdered and just sprinkle it onto your sunflower. Those caterpillars, they don't like that. They'll leave. They won't come back and they'll stop eating. And another thing you can do is take a bit of clay and put it in a spray bottle, like a pinch of clay like that, fill it up with water, shake the crap out of it, and then spray it onto your sunflower. The caterpillar that's come along eating, all of a sudden he can't eat no more because it's abrasive. You're smarter than a caterpillar. Be prepared. Yes, that's David Lynn Prepper Principles #1 motto. Good guy. Hey. And you never know, you might get on his mailing list. I hear he mails out tons of stuff to people, which is cool. I love receiving mail calls. I've mailed stuff out to people and they don't put up a video. Put up a video if you get a mail call. As soon as someone says, oh, they got a mail call, I watch that right away. Rick Thielen, Mr. Thielen, how's it going? Well, you might have just popped in to say hello, but you're going to get a wrench because you've been around forever. How's the Australian weather going down there? But I hear it's pretty hot from a couple of people. Biochar is sharp like diatomaceous earth. Yeah, it's nasty. Creatures don't like it. And I use that predominantly on 90% of any problem that I come across. Like when I first started working this food forest, there were nematodes here that I didn't like, or bad nematodes. There was like a type of earwigs type guys that just would go through the potatoes and carrots. And there was click beetles and wire worms. I thought, oh, you guys are in a lot of trouble, because I knew about biochar and wood ash. Hey, I don't have any of that today. Today, you know what? I found one of those long earwig things, and he was stuck to the potato. So I tried pulling him off the potato, and he wouldn't come off. So I went, poof, like that, and he flew off. And I looked at the potato and went, oh, there's a little tiny piece he chewed out. And I went, well, now you can go back in there. And then I found a piece of biochar and I crumbled it up all over it like that. Use your biochar to your advantage. Good that you popped in, Mr. Thielen. Bugs hate it. Yeah, bugs hate biochar. They leave. It doesn't kill them unless they actually play with it, because it'll wear a hole in them. But as soon as they feel that roughage, it's like if I went up to you with some emery cloth or sandpaper and started rubbing you with it. Does it feel comfortable? No, I don't think so. You're in Sydney. Cool. Around 20 degrees. Wow, sunny or rain. Wow. I haven't seen the Wickershire around lately. Curious how the growing is going. I seen them over on the home front garden show with the scrappy gardener lady. That lady can grow. She's amazing. She grows for her husband and grandparents and the kids and her like the street neighbors. And she's badass. She's like you, Shawnee. Smarter than a grasshopper. Yep. Great idea. Yep. Smarter than a grasshopper. Bugs hate it. You bet it does. I haven't seen the Wickershire around. I bumped into him a couple of weeks ago. Around 20 degrees. Okay, yeah, Sydney. Oh, hey, what's this? Message retracted. That's illegal. Shawnee Wicker might be busy with their garden. Hope so. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and Barry's laughing at me. Hey, laughing with me. But the thing about biochar, man, I don't know what I'd do without it. My soil is so healthy here. Like, it's really cool. Like today, I was out there and all the baby birds follow me around because I'm digging up potatoes and this and that. And they're just learned to fly in like late June and early July. So I could pick them up before they couldn't fly. They fall out of the nest, So now they're they can fly up to a branch, and my little dogs look at them. They don't bother the little dogs. They just look at them wondering, right? Mandarins and oranges nearly ready. Ooh, I just picked a bunch of lemons. Yeah. I'm harvesting my potatoes this week. A bit behind, but it is what it is. That's fine. You know what? Potatoes are great if you can leave them in the ground, if it's not too cold there where you are. I have many kinds of potatoes. Like today, I harvested about 5 different kinds of potatoes, and I mashed them all into mashed potatoes. Delicious. Have a nice evening, everyone. Mr. Thielen, you have a good day, sir. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a nice day. You as well. My chickens follow me around the garden looking for bugs. Absolutely. That's how I used to feed my chickens. I'd leave boards on the ground, okay? And then in a couple of days, I lift it up. All the chickens come over because I give them like scratch or whatever, right? And then I lift it up. And it's like a bunch of T-Rexes going for all the bugs underneath the boards. And they really clean up the bugs. Okay. Now, if you get meat birds, you can get them to clean up your food forest floor or your urban farm or whatever, and then you can harvest the meat birds, or you can just use your regular chickens. But it's at the end of the season you use them to clean up the entire garden. I did that for years and years. Chicken workers, they're free. You don't have to pay them. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Laugh out loud, the carpenters. Yeah. Voles always eat my potatoes. Jealous. Yeah, voles don't like mint. Simple as that. Voles means the veggies. Moles means the meat, okay? Or bugs and stuff, right? Worms, right? But a vole is a vegan. So if you got a problem with them eating your potatoes, just plant some mint next to the potato. They can't smell the potato. When you look at a vole, he's like all these little whiskers, and that's all for sniffing. There's cells in there and sensory in his nose. He's got this like pink nose, And you're smarter than a vole. I can guarantee it. You made it on here. Yeah, Mr. Thielen left. My chickens follow me around. Voles eat my potato. Why do? Yeah. Birds are the best thing you can ever have for your garden. They eat bugs, man. Okay, and they're friends, And I hear people say, "Well, birds ate my this apple." Well, big deal. You got 200 pounds of apples on your tree. Who cares if they eat one or two? Whoop-de-doo. And mostly it's blue jays or stellar jays that do that anyway. Right? They'll do that. Storms and Murray next. Yeah, I think he was saying something about the Carpenters. Yeah. Sure. Why Newt? Newt. But the more balanced you are, you'll grow a lot of food. Like I could never eat all the food I grow. Like I got a little bit of corn there. I won't eat all that. I'm gonna blanch some and freeze it though. Wild Edibles, she's in here somewhere. She does that. I've seen her harvest her corn. I don't know if she harvested, but she froze a bunch of corn. She reused it in her recipes. She does a lot of recipes. People should check out the Wild Edibles there. You can learn everything from wild mushrooms to making Pathway Soil Bank. All I get here are mostly stupid pigeons. Oh, they're good eating. Give a hawk to give a hawk to get rid of the field mice instead. Well, owls do my problem. Anything with mice, I don't have a problem with mice. I like mice. They make these beautiful oxygenated tunnels and they poop in them. Why not? I like oxygen for my roots and soil, and I like nutrients like mice dung or pellets. I get along well with everything. And I even have this one plant, it's the kind you smoke. And there's a vole that has all his little trails and holes through there. I see him poke up and look at me. He's back down. I don't bother him. He doesn't bother me. Now that oxygen, the plant itself has gone wild. I mean, it's just, I call it my M&M. My friend Monica gave it to me. So I called it Monica's Monsters. The thing is, I'm just a monster. I don't do too much videoing of my salmon plants. Let's call them that. Smoked salmon, right? So still here watering the garden. Nice. So what I do is I don't put it up, but I have a second channel and I might put some up on there and give some tips that might help folks. Cookie stoned critters. Yep. Still here watering the garden, just pulling a salmon boy. Laugh out loud. A male, hey? Good for you. Mine are about 10, 12 feet tall. I didn't grow very much this year. I just grew a little bit. I grew more food this year than like a ton of different squash, a ton of corn, and harvested sunflowers for the kids' fruit stand next door. I give some to them. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, the cat is laying on the number pad. Oh, so you're blaming it on the cat, Barry? Wow. All I get here is mostly stupid pigeons. I love pigeons. I love them. I think they're fantastic. They're extremely good eating. They're called squab, and you don't fully cook it, and it's almost a black like meat. It's absolutely delicious, but don't cook it all the way because it's just too tough to eat. Or you can grind it up into like a Cuisinart, but they get nice big breasts like that. And the thing is, you have to know is you don't fully cook it, and it's tender and juicy. Tastes like beef to me, anyway. Thanks for all the thumbs up. 9 people here and 9 thumbs up. Have to like that. Yeah, the male salmons will stop the production of the stuff you're looking for. So yeah, I'm not a clone guy. I did buy 6 clones this year. Like I bought 2 Texada Time Warps, I bought 2 blueberries, and I bought 2 apricot. Thank you for the thumbs up. And I paid $120 for them. And they're doing okay, but mine are doing way better. Way better, right? And mine are the seed, right? And the thing about feminized ones like those guys are they can blow mamas or the papas, right? It could be mama one week, next week later they're a papa. Not good. I don't like the auto. I mean, I like it, but as long as I don't have to grow it. But I didn't grow too much this year. I grew a few. I'm not really into it anymore. It was fun, for a few years it was fun, but now I I have respiratory problems, so I should mail some out to people. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll go over and get a box there and I'll do some mailing there. I think you guys know who you are. That way you'll get something before yours is ready. Yeah, but I was supposed to go fishing this weekend, but the wind, nah. I may leave on Tuesday for 3 days fishing on the up island. I want to, just for like 3 days, just to catch me a big one and one I can keep. I love giveaways. Yeah, me too. I mail out sometimes, but it's tough to get the folks to do a mail call video, It's tough, but you mail it out anyway. I'm just giving people a good time. But yeah, pigeons, hey, I love them. Yeah, I love pigeons. They're fun and they're tasty. Why not? Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you kindly. Yep. Oh, I could drink more of these. I'm sweating sitting here. Hey? And I'm not doing anything and I'm sweating. Arky, I just watched you're on some mountain somewhere with your wife. And you're like super tall and she's like super short. I'm like, is that Arky? And I looked at it and I was like, yeah. I usually watch his videos. He's always cooking something on the ground or singing and having a good time. Arky has a good time, and you can always learn from that guy. He loves going catching his fish. Yeah. Good to see you, Arky. Pretty good singer too. He sings old timey songs. Very nice. I like it. Yeah. But the big thing to remember about biochar, it's easy to make. But like Oak said, a double barrel is the one that's supposed to be used. And if you got the time to stuff it with all your twigs and burn the gas off, great. But I don't have time for it. I like the way I do it. I'm successful. And I'm sure the Mayans did not have the double barrel technique, or they didn't shop on Amazon. I'm pretty sure they just burnt something and made biochar that way. And I've been doing that for a long time. Hey, Ark, good to see you. Yep, Ark, he's a great guy. Fantastic channel too. He goes live, hey, and he's usually singing or catching fish, or a lot of times he's making food. Yeah, I forget the mountain range. He went to some mountain with his wife. He looks super tall, like Paul Bunyan. I was just like, geez, he's a big guy. Because you always see him sitting down and cooking, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's so hot here that after 85 degrees, photosynthesis stops. Hey, so what I'm doing here pretty quick is I'm going to go mist. I take my hose and I shoot it up because I'm above 85 degrees right now. And I shoot it up and it cools off the air. By the time it gets to the plant, the Stobata stops working at 85 degrees. That's the well-known thing, right? I know a bit about plants because I've been studying them since I was just old enough to stand up. And I've been reading books on plants since I was old enough to be able to read, since I was a kid. Yeah, that's a long time. That's well over a half century. A lot of people don't believe I'm over 60 years of age, hey? I'm over 60. A lot of people don't believe it. And they're like, no, that's no way. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Right? It's because I don't eat junk and I get exercise and I'm outside all the time. I was worried about flowers dropping off plants in the heat we've had. That can happen because, whoa, go away, Mr. Whatever you were, buzzing around. Yeah, that'll happen. And that can happen from two things. It's infrequent watering, or too frequent watering, or too high of heat. That can happen. Yeah, absolutely. Dampening off, some people call it. And then some people call it where it's too much heat. Howie, was that a mini drone? You know what? I don't like drones. I had a slingshot and I was shooting 30 cal balls at one back here and it crashed. I don't know if I hit it, but it crashed. And then the guy that sent it up, I ran down here. I grabbed a friend to come with me because you don't know who the hell's who. So I noticed the house, like over on the other street, they were closing all the blinds and they closed the door and the drone was gone. You're not allowed to fly a drone here. You have to have a license for one. For two, if you go over my property, you have to have permission, right? And if it's like, there's all these rules and you can't go above 400 feet and you have to have a license from Transport Canada. So slingshot, you probably won't hit it, but you can lead it. But it's very difficult to hit a little tiny target. It's not easy. Just saying. But I don't think it's very prudent to do such a thing as put a drone over someone's private property. I got grandkids out there. I don't want you droning over them. No. I will pull out my slingshot and worse if I find you. You know, I could graffiti you, just paint your sorry ass with spray paint. That's him right there, that orange spray paint. That's that guy. Can't fly drones close to military bases either. You're not allowed to fly drones here. They actually have a drone park where you go to. Now, I don't have anything against drones, If you're doing that for a living or if you're out looking around, I mean, it's great to send your drone 5 miles out in the ocean if there's a tsunami alert, and then you can see the tsunami fly back and then take off, right? Go to higher ground. There's uses for drones. Don't get me wrong. But, people that have no scruple or couth just being a nosy bastard, well, that's not cool. Like when I was fishing, this guy from Montreal comes running up, and I've got this fish, and he's videotaping me. And I looked at him, I just went, no, I never gave you permission to do that. You didn't ask me. If he had asked me, I would have said, sure. But he didn't. He figured he was entitled to do so. Well, I think you're a bit of a narcissist. Like you're the only person in the universe and you don't have to ask for permission. Well, screw you. Using a fishing pole with just a weight on it tangles the props. Yes, a netting. Yes. And a fishing. Yes, you're absolutely right. You can shoot that big weight up there with a bunch of hooks on it. Yeah. You just keep letting it fly. Yeah. Use a fishing pole with just the weight on it. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. No. Fartsight Jack. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. But I mean, if you're doing a drone thing, that's your business on your property. Don't get me wrong. And go for it. It's a nice hobby. But if you're going poking your nose around someone else's property, I got a real serious issue with that. Most people nowadays don't have common sense or respect for their neighbors. No, they think they're self-entitled. Well, come over here. You want to take private pictures of me? I got a wood pile down here, and I'm Irish, okay? Well, not all Irish. I'm part Norseman and some bit of everything in me, really. But you could see my Irish side, and I'm half second flat. If you're being a bloody nosy bastard, and I don't like people that don't mind their own business. Now, if there's a problem, some guy's beating his wife, you don't walk by that. You pull out your camera and go, this is being sent to the police station. I don't have a problem with that. I think you should do that. Women, you protect the women, right? That's your freaking job. You're a man. And some women, they can protect themselves. I'll tell you that. Good to see you there, Mr. Jack. You don't say hello to Jack at the airport like, hi, Jack. You don't say that. Well, not out the hard way. So, yeah. What was I saying? I had drones. There's some good uses to drones to finding children that are lost or people. There are many uses for drones, like if the police have to use them. But it's just long as they're not abusing their right to use it, you see. And nowadays, the system is abusing their rights with everybody's phone cameras and smart TVs. The law enforcement, they're abusing that. They're bringing in laws that say they can do it and look at you in your freaking living room and stuff. Really? That's what the little power bar switch, click. That's what mine does. Right? I wake up in the morning and I turn on my power bar. For real. That's what I do. I go and I turn my phone on. Yeah. Howie, I'm good, brother. Busy as hell. We moved in November. We have a house now. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Jack. And I bought a lot across the street, keeping me busy. Nice. Grow some food there, Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack is a reseller on YouTube and eBay and stuff like that. And he's a pretty good guy. Doesn't bother no one and provides a service. Yeah. I don't go to his channel very much, but I will. Yeah. Gonna do a community garden. Smart. Johnny Grows does that. A lot of people do that. Yeah, I don't do much on there. Well, that's fine. That's fine. The kids next door having a party or something. Bunch of noise. There they are. You can hear my dog snoring. Thank you for the thumbs up. There's a dance party in my living room right now. Yay! Dancing's super healthy for you. And singing and dancing. That's exercise. Hey, I want a junkyard. Don't we all? I want a junkyard dog. Boss lady says no, so I had to buy my own lot. Every guy has a master and commander. Every guy thinks he's the boss, and he's not. You might be the boss, but you still have a master and commander. And that's just the way it is. And that's a good thing. Behind every successful man, there's a very successful woman. Right? And it's as simple as that. That's how it works. Works for me, sort of. It's funny to hear pets snore. Yeah, I rule the roost. Oh, yeah, right. As soon as you're sleeping, your wife's got that frying pan in her hand. You know what I mean? Rule you got. It's clunk. She rules the rooster. Exactly. I like it that way. My first wife, she passed away a long time ago now. So I've had girlfriends, and I think I got a girlfriend bed bug somewhere. But I'm not into ownership anymore. But, my girlfriend wants to come over and spend the night or week or whatever, I'm more than happy to have you here. Right. But I don't say should property of, that's for sure. Going on 30 years, man. Best thing ever happened to me. Yeah. 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 My wife, she died quite a few years ago. Her liver exploded. Yeah. She didn't last very long. Nobody knows why, but I think it was, I can't say too much on here, YouTube rules, but it wasn't nice. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't pleasant at all. You don't live long without your liver. 36 years for me last month. Yeah. Thanks, Jack. Yeah. She was a nice lady. She was a Ukrainian native. She was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. I have a good friend now. Well, couple. What can I say? I'm no Casanova, but I ain't ugly neither. Hmm. How he's bad. Uh-huh. Yeah. But yeah. Time is it? Oh my gosh, I've been on here 1 hour and 22 minutes. I had a good friend drop me off a card yesterday thanking me for everything I did for my friend. Hey, thanks, MKP. It was a long time ago. We're talking 30 years ago, dude. I never remarried. Nah. It's kind of a self-protection thing. Yeah. Yeah. I came close a couple times, but still hurts 30 years later. Yeah. 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 It never leaves you. No. Well, my grandfather had a marriage certificate, and it said it was a chattel that was property of my grandfather, his wife. Yeah. I was just like, Jesus, man, the feminists are going to hang you. Yeah, the criminals will love you. I mean, that's what they tattoo on their women. It's like, ew. But to each his own. Nobody owns anybody here, man, on this planet. No, you don't own anybody, and that's how I feel about it. Is that I love everybody. I don't like what some people do, but I love them, even if they're really bad. I still love them. And I've known some really bad people. I mean, really bad. And yeah. And if you hang out with bad people or your family has some bad members, you're looked upon as bad. It's like, yeah, okay. But that's the way the world segregates and labels you. If you work for someone or owned, yeah, you're a slave to money in a well organized society. I don't like that. But it's so true. It's too bad that we all don't have an equal share of the pie. But capitalism doesn't work that way. But after SHTF or Tinawaki, after that happens, then we're all equal, believe it or not. Yeah, because your money's no good, right? Since money's no good, we're all equal, right? Or if aliens, this is a cool thing that happens. If aliens come here and they're going to consume Earthlings, there'd be no more racism. That black guy or that Japanese guy or that Chinese guy. Oh, brother, 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 you're all going to stick together to fight those aliens that are coming to consume everybody and take our resources, right? Just saying. I like money. I want all my money for taxes. They're wasted. And yeah, we all taste the same, Howie. Exactly, to an alien. I mean, they wouldn't come all the way here and not look at us as a resource for some things, not for consuming, maybe for genetic modifications or or whatever it is. But just saying, if you have to fight back, there'd be no racism on this planet. And that's part of the reason why I say hello, fellow Earthlings. Right? You're all traveling on this little blue and green marble in the Milky Way galaxy at tens of thousands of miles an hour. Okay? Better get a grip and hang on. Okay? So I don't believe there's anybody at the helm. All right? Because if you think there is, you let old Howie here know. Because that's exactly what happens. You're on this rock flying through the Milky Way galaxy. Carl Sagan had a bit of a impact on me. Alien asking, do people taste like chicken? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I got to grind up some more mushrooms. There you go. I like veganism, or it's called free labor for the aliens. Well, there's that theory on the Anunnaki. They created humans to mine gold because they were too lazy to do so. I mean, you can't believe every bloody thing you read or hear. And if you see it, it's only 50% true. There's plenty of untruths. It could be a skit. I take everything with a grain of salt and I question everything. I do. If someone comes and tells me something, I go, oh, is that right? Some people get really offended. They're like, yeah, that's right. But I must say, bid you farewell for now. Not the veggie type, Howie. I like meat myself. I'm a meat eater, but I love veggies too. And sometimes it feels like we're in the Truman Show. Yeah. Well, it's Sunday. I've been on here an hour and a half, and I'll see you Friday at 2 because I should be back by then from fishing and can show you live cleaning fish. Take care. I love you all. I love you very much. And take care of yourselves. Save your seeds. Find a freshwater spring. Get yourself some goats for milk, butter, and cheese and meat. And clearing the land. Ruminants are great. Have a great week, everybody. MKP, nice seeing you. Oaks, great seeing you. Shawnee Grows. Wild, if you're still here. Mr. Jack, oops. And Robot Mark, take care. Much love, mad respect, and happy Sunday. And drink your water and stay in the shade. And remember, it's cooler underground than above ground when it gets too hot. If there's a fire up above ground and you go underground, make sure you block there that they don't take your air if you're underground, right? Like you make a door underground, right? Because fire really sucks out all the air, right? Just saying. Good luck. Try to think. Try to always think. Concept of observation is key to your survival in nature.